Guys, how are you doing? It's Sunday morning, both the girls are asleep, and I want to go and try and test, you might have seen them in my last video, the Lynx VT Irons. Very underrated iron brand in my opinion. I have hit these irons before, but I haven't really given them a proper test. So I'm going to go down to the range now before it opens and go and test those. Exciting week this week. Cardboard boxes have now arrived, which is good. I've bought even more stock for the second-hand business. As well as that, it's only £1 max selling fees on eBay, which means I've got to get everything uploaded this weekend. Guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving this video a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get to the range. I love coming down to Henwick driving range before it opens. Obviously we open at 10 o'clock at the moment. That's going to get earlier. I'm going to have to get up earlier if I want the same kind of privilege. Lynx VT Irons, £99 brand new. I think I bought the set when I bought that £550 deal altogether. I think I probably paid about £120 for these. I'm going to look to try and get 190 to 200 off eBay. They're in great condition and they're a good iron. I've hit these before. I haven't given them a thorough test though, which is obviously what I'm going to do today. But they're £40 cheaper or £50 cheaper potentially than a lot of your other like players muscle back irons, like your P790, your Ping i500. But what are you missing out on with not spending that kind of money if you were to get fitted for these? Because I'm not saying don't get fitted for these. I mean, at £200 for 6 irons, that's a great deal, especially how good looking they are and how good they feel. But potentially if you want to go and get fitted, are these clubs that you do go and get fitted for, or do you even step up and go and spend a bit more extra money if you want that blade looking, forgiving monster in the bag? Now, you might have seen me at the start of this year make a video on Ben Ross, especially Ben Ross woods, and I highly rate them, especially for the price range and even the Ben Ross clubs that you can get second hand, because the price point is already lower. Not only that, because they don't spend as much money on marketing, they really rely on word of mouth, they rely on fittings, they rely on people putting it in their hands and actually realizing the shafts are just as good, the heads are just as good. When it actually comes to the second-hand market, because people don't think of Ben Ross, because people don't think of Lynx, you're going to pick up a great deal because there's not a massive amount of people going out there and searching for them. And I'm not saying go out and buy Ben Ross and buy Lynx second-hand. If anything, I'm making these videos, especially with the Ben Ross video that went down incredibly well. I want to promote these guys because it's very expensive to promote golf clubs in this market. That's why they're able to keep the cost down, because they rely on word of mouth, they rely on the clubs speaking for themselves and not massive tour bills, not massive TV ads, etc, etc. What they rely on is producing a good golf club. Now, you can go and get fitted for these Lynx irons. These are still current. You go on their website at the moment, they're £99 a stick, and you can go to a fitting when that is so available. And I'll be very interested to go to a Lynx golf iron fitting to see exactly what the difference is between that fitting process and a lot of the other bigger name brands, because I imagine it's probably not going to be that much different. It's going to be very similar shafts, it's going to be very similar grip options, lie angles, stronger, weaker, you name it. And when we talk about tech when it comes to irons, it's all down to the materials that go into the head. Now, forged face, cast iron back, just like all the other hollow back irons out there on the market. Your Ping i500, you can't make a hollow back forged iron. They say forged, but the face is forged. So you're going to get the same feeling from this, and I can guarantee you, you do get the same feeling as this, as all the other more expensive brands. There are some downsides to this golf club though. So number one on the drawback list, even though this golf club does look phenomenal, it does wear quite easily. Just looking from the back of these heads, you can see tiny little nick marks, scratch marks, and that's the only problem with having a chrome finish on the back. And that's probably why you don't see that on the other competitors, such as your P790. They're a lot more satin, they're a lot more matte finish, and you're not necessarily going to see that wear mark, I should say, over time. So if you are someone that likes to keep their clubs in excellent condition all year round, that could annoy you. Number two is these irons do look a lot chunkier from the top line than a lot of the other name brand irons out there. They look a lot sharper, they look a lot smoother, they look like they sit to the ground a lot more snugly, and a lot of people want that illusion of looking down on Tiger Woods irons opposed to Tiger King's irons. Now, if you are thinking about buying these irons brand new online, or any irons in particular, first of all, get off the channel and take a deep long look at yourself. But second of all, if you were to buy these brand new online on their website, there's not many options. You got 5 to pitching wedge for $5.99. You can get the 4 and 3, but that's an extra £99 a club. And when it comes to shaft options, there just aren't that many. So if you are a person that you feel like you know everything, and you feel like you know how it's going to perform, and you feel like I need a C-taper 110 in this particular head design, you're not going to be able to get it. Now I must stress, if you were to go to Lynx golf fitting, that's going to be a completely different matter, and the fit is going to have an abundance of shafts. Whether there's upcharges on that shafts, I'm not too sure. But if you purely go on their website, compared to a lot of the other brands, there's a lot less option than you can get. From the top to the bottom of this set, I had power. Now I'm not saying that's always a good thing, because at the bottom end of the bag, I'd find it quite difficult to gap that pitching wedge to my wedge, my 50 or my 52, which is important to note when you go and buy a brand new set of irons. However, forgiveness, feel, sound is pretty much what you want from a hollow back iron, and these kind of just gave everything and more. The question is, second-hand set or brand new? But I guess I could use that argument to every golf club out there, and that's pretty much why I've got the main basis on my channel promoting second-hand gear, because it's all really good. It's like driving a BMW off the forecourt, getting out the gate, and you've lost 12 grand already. Does that make that BMW useless? Well, potentially. But what I'm trying to say is that the amount of money that you lose from buying brand new clubs is extraordinary. Getting a fitting is a different matter altogether. That golf club is fitted for you, and if you've got the budget, you love this game, you're spending 3 days a week practicing, playing, going away on holiday, enjoying it with mates, whatever, it's your go out time, it's your relaxed time, it's your advice, then by all means go and get fitted. Go and get a set of irons, set of drivers, set of woods that are fitted for you, tailored to you, and you're going to see a difference. But there's 2 other types of people out in the world that need to listen to these second-hand golf clubs. Number 1 is the player that's a complete beginner. Someone that's never even touched a golf club before. And they look into the marketing, they've been down to the range, they've tried and tested it, and they see an advert and they're like, I want to hit it 300 yards. So they go and buy a brand new driver. I've seen it so many times. And they can't use it. Whereas if they just bought a driver, exactly the same spec, from 5 years ago, they're going to cut their teeth on it, they're going to learn with it, they're going to get pretty much the same performance out of it, and when they get better, they change into player number 2. Player number 2 actually knows a bit about the game. A lot of you guys watch my channel are actually very experienced golfers, probably know more about golf clubs than I do, because you've been around the game 30 years, and you could say on eBay or Facebook or the charity shop, you know what, that set's going to work for me. It's got the right gapping, it's got the right heads, it's got the right shafts. Grip's a bit warm, but I know how to change the grips. So guys, there you have it, review complete. Let me know your thoughts on these bad boys. Time to go and clean them, package them, and then hopefully post them. Guys, if you wouldn't mind, leave this video a like, subscribing if you're new. Catch you guys later.